Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
And welcome to John's Family Podcast, people, for this week. Plenty going on the show. We're going to talk about weddings. We're talking about Trish with a foot in her mouth and how she mixes up her, what do you call them, Trish?
Sayings.
You get your sayings all confused.
No, I do it on purpose, though.
Sorry?
I do it on purpose. It's intentional.
It's not intentional in any way, shape or form. Now, today's theme is the year 2007. Let's get straight into this. Family, as I introduce you, if you could have invented anything in the world, Jack Johns, anything, what would it be and why?
I went with the piano key necktie, Cobber.
Sorry?
Sorry?
The piano key necktie. I just think it's...
Is that the...
I just think it's a marvellous creation. I just think it's not only stylish, but it's funny because, like, the piano keys aren't usually, like, a part of what you wear.
Does it actually work? Or is it just... Okay.
I don't know.
So just to clarify to people, it's actually a necktie, but it has a piano keyboard down it. It's quite untasteful.
I think it's hilarious.
No.
I think it's...
So
it's
of
a
all
fun
the
play on
things you
fashion.
could have created and all of the fortune and all the, the brilliance you could have presented to society, that's what you chose to create.
See, I'd
I'd say-
changed my mind.
I think it would have made a lot of money.
Yeah. It's novelty ties were a thing there for a while, weren't they? Remember that truth about the novelty tie?
Oh, yeah.
The shark skin ties, they were out there for a while, isn't it?
Shark skin,
Yes,
I don't know
shark
that one.
skin tie.
So what did that look like?
Mark-
Shark skin?
Yeah,
With a fin?
believe it or not, looked like shark skin. Matt Hoyo used to have a shark skin tie.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't recall it.
What about you, Trish?
I went with Post-it notes.
So okay. So you're giving Jack a spray, right, for having what was it again, Jack? What was that,
The
Brian?
piano key necktie.
Yes, and you've gone post-it notes.
Mate, they're very practical and very useful. Ask anyone. Ask any organised person, Matthew.
Okay.
So basically, what you wanted to do is create a piece of paper that's smaller than a normal piece of paper, an A4 size, and pretty much put some sort of sticky residue across the back of it.
Yeah.
So that you can put notes on everything, like on the cat food.
I think a lot of people know what.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but it's handy for
Thanks,
everything.
Scoop.
Like when we go away and someone comes into mind, rather than leaving a big, long note, I put, like, the cat food is near the cat's bowl with how often and what quantity she needs feeding.
God, give me strength.
Do you know what I mean?
But I think
And
people know
put
what
on
it
things.
is.
I know, but it's so useful.
Okay, I've gone beer. Okay, for obvious.
Oh.
Beer is recession-proof. It's been around for thousands of years. It'll be around for thousands of. As long as there are mankind on the earth, beer will always have.
Would you know
place.
how to create beer, Colbert? Like,
Yes,
do you know
I
how to
do.
make it?
Yes, I do.
Like
Have you ever
fermenting
made
and that? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
What's
No,
in
I
it then?
haven't. Sugar, yeast.
I mean, you're part owner in a beer company.
Beer company.
And,
Yeah.
okay, I want to know.
Well, you might be surprised to know I don't actually brew Steel City
No,
beer.
no, I know
actually, but
So,
well, do you remember the day
yeast, sugar, what else?
barley,
Right?
as in
Semniac.
Do you know, it was a big thing there for a while, making your own beer. What was it
home
called?
brew.
Home brew.
Yeah.
Home brewing kits.
Yeah.
I remember...
I've tasted it, not very nice.
well, it depends who makes it.
Where'd you make it?
We used to be able to brew it at home. There used to
Yeah.
be kits, right? And I remember up at the Fingal Bay Caravan Park we used to stay, there was a bloke down the road, Robert Young, shout out to Robert Young Beans.
Help
and
me.
he used to brew his own. And once he put 3 times the amount of sugar he should have put in.
And what
which
happens?
It raises the alcohol level. And we were wondering why he was shamming his car at midnight.
Oh, my God.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad invention either. The sham wow.
ShamWow.
Oh.
Yes. And now, just want
And yet we don't have one.
guys, Cooper Johns is not here today.
No.
People, does anyone know where Cooper is? Because the other day he was on the phone. Honestly, this is the house of indecision. Cooper and Trish, when they get together, both of them indecisive.
I am
Cooper changed his mind about a dozen times about where he was going to go, who he was going to catch up with, until he gets a better offer. Then he goes here, there, and everywhere. I've got no idea where our son is. Where is he? Do you know where he?
I know where he is.
Where is he?
Somewhere up north, isn't he?
Yeah, it's up in the Whitsundays.
Where's
Oh,
that?
okay.
Where's the Whitsundays?
Hamilton Island, Great Barrier Reef.
Are you joking?
I've no idea.
Trish, how much?
I don't know. He's not mine.
Just hold on a second. How?
It's not mine.
How much the school fees?
There was a lot.
Did he go to school?
He went to school.
So you don't know whether
Do they still teach geography at school?
No idea.
No.
I know where
You've been
Kansas,
there.
Townsville. I know where it is. Where most
Cairns,
places are. I've
Whit
lived up on the
Sundays-
sunny coast for God's sake for 6 months as a.
Whit
as
Sundays is off. It's part of the Barrier Reef, off Cairns,
I'm
North Queensland.
Sorry, I don't know where the Whit Sundays are.
Okay.
Specifically.
If I was to put out a world atlas, do you know where Indonesia is? Do you know where
Yes.
Bali is? Could
Yeah.
you point to Bali?
I absolutely could.
Okay, what is the closest major Australian city to Bali?
I'd go Darwin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well answered.
Well
There we
done. Okay.
Okay, you've redeemed yourself.
Righto. Tricia, what is
What?
the closest Australian city to Johannesburg?
Perth.
Spot on. Nailed it, babe.
Thanks,
well
Matt.
done. Great job.
Babe.
Good job, babe. Now, so Cooper's up in the Whit Sundays. We've established that. Now, where does he go from there? Because he was talking about coming back, but he's talking about going here, there, everywhere.
No, then he's
What's-
heading to the Gold Coast for a few days and meeting me and Byron and then you.
Where's he staying at the Gold Coast?
Well, we're doing a bit of a transfer of children. He's staying with George's mum and dad.
Okay. The Frizzell family?
Yeah.
Cooper-
So now they actually are like true siblings because now he's even been wearing George's robe around the house.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Oh, so weird. He loves a robe, Coops.
Probably wash it.
I have. I've washed it already.
I've
I'm
got
gonna hide it back
I've
into
got
the room.
concerns about our youngest son. I would describe him as a user.
An abuser.
A user.
No.
Own a
No,
user.
he's definitely a networker and a connector. Like he
Jeez, I
connects
tell you
people.
what, there's a very fine line between a
No.
networker and a user.
No, I'll tell you why. Because Cooper does as much for others as he asks and expects, potentially,
Sorry?
others to do
Sorry.
for him.
I could
So
skip
it is
forward.
reciprocal. So no, I don't think he's a
Okay,
user.
that's
and I
your-
resent you actually saying that about
Okay,
my son.
that's your opinion. Jack Johns, do you think Cooper's a user?
I think he knows an opportunity when it arises in front of him.
There you go. I totally agree.
Jack, though, in contrast, I see opportunities thrown at you, and this is a really important point, that you don't take up.
We're talking chicks?
Now, no, I'm talking about
sorry.
life, because Cooper and I, if someone says something, we're yes people. We go, yeah.
Oh, really?
You too?
I'll actually contest that.
You too. Oh, good opportunities, obviously. Things we want to do. Matt and Jack, your first thought when someone offers you something or says, hey, do this, you say no first, then come back around to it.
Yeah, well,
it's
because-
something I pick up on Matt all the time. It drives me nuts.
We're two people that, good publicity. You know how people say any publicity is good publicity?
Yeah,
we're not like that.
No, exactly.
We're
But
not
we're not talking about publicity. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
as in we're not
let's
going
go
to
for
take
dinner.
we're going to pick and choose our opportunities. We
Like,
think.
let's
not-
go for dinner.
Can I speak?
I'd
Is
say,
that right?
yeah.
Not every opportunity thrown at you is going to benefit you in the long run. I don't think.
But it's not about benefiting it. It's about experiencing things sometimes.
Some things you don't want to experience.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
It's like bungee jumping. People go, do you want to go bungee jumping?
No, I don't want to do that.
I said, no, I don't. If I wanted to get a thrill out of being almost dying, I'd pay someone to
Yeah, but you
attack me
did
with
it.
an axe.
and yet you did it.
Yeah, I was drunk though.
You were not.
I tell you something.
I think there'd be rules against that.
No, well, there wasn't. So, okay, best comedy of 2007, Jack Johns.
Mate, I've gone with I went with Superbad.
What
Knew
a
you'd go for that.
That's-
wonderful McLovin. Shout out. Rest in peace, old mate.
I watched it just the other day. My favourite scene is when they've sort of finished the school day and they're going to buy the drinks and they get off the bus and there's a Rick James song playing. It's Bustin' Out in Funk. It's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. It is-
Can you give us just a tune to Bustin' Out in Funk?
Can I play it?
Yeah, please.
Please.
You find that.
They're getting off the bus at the liquor store, meeting McLovin. And
God, I love McLovin.
Yeah, cool.
Love Rick James too.
Hey.
That man has snorted a lot of cocaine, I reckon, in his day.
He's quite a despicable man.
Yes.
In life or the character?
During the LA riots, if you've heard some stories, it's pretty full on. Yeah.
Well, don't just say that. Tell us.
There are other what's the podcast called again, Cobber?
Disgraceland?
Disgraceland. If you can give that, are we allowed to promote other podcasts? We
Yeah,
can.
sure.
Yeah, why not?
We inform our people.
Yeah.
If you can, there's a podcast called Disgraceland on music history, and there's one on Rick James. If you get the chance to listen to it, it's confronting.
Okay, just give the people a little taste. What is it? What did he do that's so bad? What happened in the LA riots?
Heroin times like handguns.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty.
probably not a great combination.
Good combination, heroin and handguns.
Yeah.
Do people still do heroin?
I'd say
Don't really hear about it that much.
Listen to Trish playing dumb. Looking around the room, people who do heroin.
I'm looking at everyone.
I'm
Liam, heroin?
I think they are. I mean, ISIS is more the sort of the problem these days
Because it's
But
cheaper.
No, sorry, say it better. It's more in fashion.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
more
is it in fashion?
vogue. That's the thing. The police, the police viewed heroin as a lesser problem.
Does it just knock people out?
It just knock people out.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, people overdose and things like that. With ice, they just
They go nuts.
supercharged.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our drug report. For
Yes.
the,
It's keeping you informed, people.
right,
For the month.
Speaking of comedies, Trish, what?
I went with Death at a Funeral, the British version. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I still don't get why two versions came out, an American version and an English version.
it really?
Yeah.
I think maybe
But-
just to look at different cultural, because it's sort
Yeah,
of
but
a
why would you
family
bother?
thing.
the guy off Game of Thrones is.
Yeah. What's his name? Tyrion Lannister. What's his name? in
Oh,
real life?
the shorter man. Am I allowed to say that?
Here we go. We might have to edit that out.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't know.
John.
Yeah, he's in it. But he's in the American or the English? I don't know. Anyway.
He's in the. I think he's in the English. I think he's in both actually.
Is he? Yeah, well, I really like the British version. I wasn't so big on the American.
Yeah, right.
They sort of
what's his
bastardized it a
name?
little.
My
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Is that it? I've never heard of his name before.
Okay, I've gone Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story,
Oh, was that year?
That was my backup. Yeah.
and that's very, very good. It's John C. Reilly, and it's a spoof of all the musical biopics. It's a mishmash of them all, now particularly the Johnny Cash one.
Do you know what? I can't believe, and maybe Cooper would have definitely have pulled this one out if he was here. Blades of Glory.
Yes,
That was that year.
Yep.
Yeah, as well.
Did anyone watch the first week without rugby league, which was a bit of a bummer? Although there's a lot of stuff
No, you
going
need
around.
you need time away from things sometimes.
I don't.
No.
Did anyone watch Bathurst? Trish, do you?
Please.
You're an Italian because mate, you're a bit of a rev head.
No, but I did do a hot lap around Bathurst.
Sorry, a lap dance.
Yeah. No. A hot lap around Bathurst
Oh,
when I
did
went
ya?
to Orange. With the Scoggses.
Oh, did you?
Because that's the first time I'd been to Bathurst. So we did a hot lap.
Conrad Street.
I was really intrigued that there are houses around Bathurst. So those houses usually get rented out during Bathurst because the people lose access to their
People camp-
places. But
camp-
imagine the gazillions they're making.
People camped out for a week
Really?
to get the all the best
No.
views and
Do you know what? If I was doing racing, I'd go Formula One. I'd watch rather than
Formula
the
One.
V8s.
As I've said before, what I find about it's a bit like when you're 16 footers and like the America's Cup, the boat. Is that it's not relative. Like they're all going at the same speed. So when I watch Formula One, I don't know if they're going 60 kilometres an hour or 600 kilometres an hour because they're all going at the same speed. What they need to do is have a car on the track that's going 60 kilometres an hour.
So you can,
So you get a real indication.
That could be dramas.
yeah.
Though,
Let's put
No,
that
no,
forward.
they're experienced
is it
drivers.
is it true that people get there like 3 weeks earlier and start camping to get the good spots?
For Bathurst.
Is there an echo in this room?
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't think he said 3 weeks. I think he said a week.
Yeah.
I think 3 weeks. Cover.
I think it was a month actually. I think.
Did you watch it? More importantly, Matt.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, you're not a car person.
No, I'm not. I'm not a
As
car
we know.
person at all. I haven't
Yeah.
watched a car.
Where's the
and-
engine, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, in the boot. Unless it's a V-dub.
Of course,
Beetle.
you were into your car when we first.
I
met,
like cars.
Yeah,
I do
'cause
like cars.
You're Luke Egan.
Could you stop?
He was.
Oh, get
Trisha's
over
fiance.
it.
He's a real rev head.
Oh, my God.
Got to tell you what, Jess Yates is a lucky girl.
She's a nice girl.
Yeah, she is a nice girl and a lucky girl.
She's a lucky girl.
Okay, tough question. Okay, just.
Do you know what's really interesting that I learnt the other week when I was watching the Senna? No, it wasn't Senna. The fellow who's in a bad way after a skiing accident.
Oh, Schumacher.
Schumacher doco a couple of weeks ago. The lead in to Formula One is go-karts.
Yeah.
That really surprised me. I never realised that. They're the most like vehicle.
Yes.
Because you see Formula One, it seems very glamorous, And you think go-karts, not so glamorous, really, right?
Who's got the biggest penis, me or Luke?
Shut up. You're an idiot.
Is there any judge?
You're an idiot.
Like, can we just? I'm okay. Okay, so the microphone I've got in front of me. Okay, righto. Like,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, our son is looking at you as though you are from Mars.
I just want to know. It just bothers me because when we went to, I was in Adelaide to watch Denny Green and Anthony Mundine about a decade ago, and Luke was at the fight, and he went to the toilet, and I followed him in, and I was trying to get a look, but I couldn't see. It was, but anyway.
Wow, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You weirdo.
Yeah. Now
Shouldn't that be illegal?
Probably is.
it probably is. But you have a little side glance. I mean, who doesn't? Jack, do you do that? Are you an old-fashioned cock watcher?
It's kind of hard to.
I'm a heavy cock watcher.
These days, Cobber, the urinals, they're
God.
also far apart. So it's
What?
What, isn't it just one long trough?
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking the what are they called, the little ones?
Aren't they the old-fashioned
like the
ones?
egg-shaped ones.
Oh, yeah. No, I like the good old-fashioned ones where everyone just stands together,
They're
shoulder to shoulder.
So
Like,
you're
man,
talking about the old-fashioned ceramic ones. Are they coming back in vogue?
In vogue.
Well, I
Jeez.
don't
I'd
often
say
go
that's
into
the
them
first
in
time
toilets.
those have been put
when you-
alongside in vogue.
when you go to the toilet, so even have one for kids there.
Oh, little mini
Yeah,
ones?
little mini ones.
And so they
Cute.
should. That would be really hard.
Which is really
otherwise, I
cute.
imagine.
I went into one at the airport. I just do it there, so that if a kid comes in, no, mate, you got to use one of the main ones.
I remember when I went to Japan the very first time, and sort of was staying in a coastal beach town, and it was the old-fashioned toilets. Like you go to Japan now, they're modern toilets.
Yeah, squats.
Oh my Lord, I was constipated because I was just terrified.
Oh Jesus, here
I
we go.
just wouldn't-
1 minute, Michael Schumacher. Next minute, she's talking about her bowels. Congratulations, babe. We had a good week, good weekend, Trish.
Fabulous.
Last weekend. Good friends of ours, neighbours.
Yeah.
Their daughter got married.
Sammy and Shem, yeah.
Jack,
it's a
of course.
beautiful,
Jack,
beautiful
what am I
wedding.
doing excluding you? You were there as well.
I was.
It was
what?
really fun.
Some of those young people, man, they really know how to partake. It's unbelievable.
Actually, a lot of them were our listeners.
Were they?
Loads, yeah.
Explains it
I
a
had
little.
loads.
It was a very good crew.
Girls and guys, yeah.
It was a very good
That was
crew.
quite insightful.
It was, mate. I've seen some shit in a day. I've seen some shit on Mad Mondays and whatnot. But mate, some of the things I saw at that wedding,
Mate.
never seen before.
Oh, I'm sure
and
you've seen
hopefully
it.
never see. Actually,
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, actually, yeah, hopefully see again.
Is that dog farting again?
Sorry, no, it's Gav again.
Oh,
Gav, please, mate, just put a cork in it. Yeah.
I was going to say, a big little shout out to Jack the photographer, who I didn't realise was a photographer when I asked him if he'd please help move the furniture back in. And he went, "Oh, no, I'm the photographer." I said, "No, you're not. Get in and help." Well, it turns out he was a photographer.
He was a photographer.
Sorry about that, Jack.
Yeah, he was.
But he's a listener.
Easy. Now, Trish, just some of the things. You got a bit of feedback on as far as the sayings.
Yep.
This has been things like full ball, as opposed
Yeah, we
to
know
full
that.
ball.
Yeah.
Hunker down, as
Yeah.
opposed
Now,
to my thing
hello.
is bunker down.
Yes, you need to be really quiet. My friend Hector was really he said he was really angry as he was driving along listening because I am right. It was originally hunker down.
Give yourself
And
an
it's been
uppercut, Hector.
bastardised to bunker down by imbeciles Matthew. And he took great offence that you guys were so disparaging to me when I'm actually correct.
What do you know about Hector? Right.
He's a learned man because he gave me quite a few other things to throw at you as some of the things that you say, which I
Okay.
won't bring up at this moment. I'm
Okay.
holding him a little arsenal bag.
Does your dad, your dad used to have, like, he had sayings that didn't rhyme in English, but in Italian
No, but
they
it is,
rhymed.
yeah, there wasn't
It's-
a direct correlation to the English.
So, such as when the cat's away,
The mice will dance.
Mice will play. He would, when the cat's away, the mice will dance.
Yeah.
That's my favourite. That's
It's the
my favourite
best.
saying.
Yeah.
It's way better than yours.
Remember the time your dad, an Italian man, so wasn't into rugby league, but then when we started dating, so to speak, he got into it and would go to the games and really into it. And he was so inspired that he actually wrote a song. Remember that? He pulled out the old Yamaha accordion, recorded himself, and
Did
did
he?
a song and asked me to take it into the nights. I resisted the temptation to take it
Did
into
he
the
really?
nights. Yeah. It
Oh
was.
my God.
You went.
Well, we are a musical family.
Newcastle Knights, you are so very good. And I was like, oh my God.
That's a lie. You're lying, aren't
Trish,
you?
I absolutely swear to God. I absolutely swear to God. Your dad was a spitting image of an iconic sports reporter up in Newcastle called Lee Morn. Wasn't he?
He's close,
He was,
yeah.
For people up there that know Castrians will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Lethal Lee. Shout out, Lee.
My dad also looked like a fellow Rod Taylor, old actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I'll have
looked
to
a bit
look
like Rod Taylor.
Yeah. What else is happening, Tricia?
Yeah, nothing. But on the point of sayings, like one of my particular favourite sayings that I use, and I move body parts, is I cut off my nose to spite my foot or my toes.
Yep.
Another one is throwing out your toys with the bathwater.
Yeah. You
As
mix
opposed
it,
to, yeah.
you
No,
mix
but I like them. I like, what was
baby with the
Cooper's last
bathwater.
week? Cool your horses.
Cool your horses.
I like it when you mash them.
I hate don't be a stranger.
Oh,
'Cause
you don't
it's
like that? Creepy.
I don't know, well, it's creepy. Like you go, don't be a stranger. Okay, what do you like? What, you don't want me hanging outside your window?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Like,
Probably
and
not.
have you heard the one like now? Everyone says sorry, not sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I find
That's
that-
annoying.
that
That's
frustrates
annoying.
me. It's like, you know, like people do things, they might do things about like a bit extrovert, might do something a bit out there, put them out, you know, put himself out there a bit, and then they'll go sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But to like make himself like apologise, but like they're actually not apologising. It's,
Yeah.
it's cringy.
No, it's sort of
so
like,
cringy.
sorry if it offends you, but I'm not apologising because I'm actually glad I did it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It's a bit like then just don't do it.
It's like when people say certain things and they mean the opposite. When they sit there and everyone's having an opinion, and then the person will say, "Well, look, guys, for whatever it's worth," you go, "No. You actually believe it's worth a lot. That's why you're saying it." The other one is, "Oh, look."
Oh, don't you? That's mine.
No, the other one is, in my humble opinion, well, it's not humble. They're not being humble. What they're actually saying is, "I'm a f***ing genius, so wait for this.
And
Here's
the-
a bit of gold."
And the other one is, with all due respect.
Yeah, there's no
Bam.
respect.
Yeah. And the one I've noticed everyone's saying, and I've actually picked you up saying it, Jacko, is if I'm being honest. It's like, why have you been lying the rest of the time? Like, why do you have to specify?
Maybe I'm not even the person you know I am.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of those sayings.
And you know, a really creepy one is, what about there's more than one way to skin a cat?
Yeah.
They're like,
that's
oh, who's skinning cats these days? Or ever?
Yeah. Oh, back in the day.
And really, how many ways would there be to skin a cat?
Several. Okay, theme, people. Best album of 2007, Jack Johns. I fear you're going to take mine here.
Nah, I know which one you're going to use. So I went with Kanye's Graduation. Yeah, it's just before he lost it again for the first time, probably.
What's
I
the best song on that I'd know?
best song you know you like Chris Martin. You know the song Homecoming?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's on there. I love that song.
Yeah, I know you're a Coldplay fan.
Gotta hate Chris Martin.
Yeah, it's a really good album, but that's like just before. Was it Taylor Swift brought the same album the next year when he did the whole speech thing at the Grammys?
Oh, I don't even know.
So it's sort of
he
like-
sort of lost his shit then.
He's had his moments, hasn't he, in the last decade?
He's had some great moments,
Yeah.
and some not so great ones.
Yes. I've gone Arctic Monkeys, Favourite Worst Nightmare. Great album. Brainstorm, Fluorescent Adolescent, and Teddy Picker, which is one of my favourite ones.
Say
Teddy
Brainstorm?
Brainstorm.
Is it Brainstorm?
No, it's Brainstorm.
You sure?
Yep, absolutely positive. Remember the first lyric goes, Brian, top marks for not trying.
Fair enough.
As opposed to brain.
Yeah, brain. Thanks God for being mundane. Jack Johns, the Arctic Monkeys are coming to Sydney soon. They're going to play at the Domain. I would love to see them, but I am concerned that they're going to do too many songs for their last couple of albums.
Oh, look.
It's a risk you take.
The new one. I can't speak for the new one because it's not out yet. But the last one was a bit. There's a few songs on it I didn't mind. Like I didn't mind 4 stars out of 5. But yeah, they're going a bit mellow on me. I'm not. You know, I prefer them not being mellow.
I had to listen recently to a podcast on them, going right through their albums. And man, they've had the last few. They've had some bludgers after AM.
There's only been one album since AM.
Oh well, okay. Well, that was a bludger. I really liked AM, and then he went out on his own. Remember, he did the Puppeteer.
Yeah, with Miles Kane.
Yeah.
Is it Miles Kane?
Yeah, could have been. Trish, what about you, mate?
I went with, I didn't go for an album. I looked through and there was nothing that grabbed me. I went with Rihanna's Umbrella.
Oh, how does that go again?
Yeah, I won't do that for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But what I recommend to everyone is on YouTube, Google Tom Holland dancing to Umbrella on Lip Sync Challenge. Now, Tom Holland, I believe, is the guy that I think he originally did.
Play Spider-Man.
Yes, he does. But I think did he do the what was that UK?
Logies.
No, the UK movie. You know, the dancing kid, the tap dancing boy.
Billy Elliot.
Yeah, I think he was originally Billy. I think.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So like he's massive, but honestly, he's amazing doing this lip sync. Yeah, challenge dancing. It's Zendaya's boyfriend. Really,
Sorry.
really, really good.
Who's Zendaya?
Zendaya.
Who's Zendaya?
Oh, you're so out of touch,
I
Matthew.
am, mate. I'm still doing the Uptown Funk.
It's like Pink, bro.
What was the other one? LMFAO.
Yeah, you love them.
God,
It came on in the car again yesterday.
I've got their greatest hits album. It is so good.
Minute he hops in.
We had him on Triple M once. Red Foo was in the studio. Shout out Red 2. Rest in peace, old mate. And I've got to talk about his career. And MG said to him, "What do you reckon is your best song?" And even he was like, "Oh, I probably think it's Party Rock Anthem."
Who was his old man? Was his old man like a famous producer? Or?
Yeah. It's
Barry Gordy.
Oh no, I think it's someone. No.
Yeah, the guy who invented Motown.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a more familiar name.
No, that was
Must
it.
not be.
No.
Hey-
Trish, any big stories this week?
No, there's not. But
Okay.
however, with the last week's House of the Dragon, I've actually decided where I want to go once I pass because the Valerians, what they do, they drop their crypt in the ocean.
Who are the Valerians, Trish?
The Valerians are the white-haired.
I know.
Oh,
but
no,
like for
the
listeners.
grey-haired, they're the Targaryens, the others. The Valerians, yeah, so they drop the crypt into the ocean. You look confused, Matt. And I love that. I like that rather than being in the ground or in a wall. I'd like to be in the ocean.
Well, Matthew actually grabbed. I don't know what it was. I don't know if you were talking about something or writing this down, Trish, but Cobber actually grabbed me yesterday for a. Look, we might have both been a bit hungover, and we might have been in quite a vulnerable state. But he actually grabbed me and he said, "Hey, when I cark it, I think you said, make sure I'm cremated. I just don't like the thought of myself being stuck underground in a coffin."
Yeah. Particularly,
Claustrophobia.
being buried alive.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll take a quick break and be back with more drug talk on John's Family Podcast. Welcome back as Trish just takes her seat. Went out for a real quick
Spliff.
bit of a spliff there, baby. That's all right. That's fine.
my God.
Look, Genie's out of the bottle now. It's just
No,
these
I
days,
wouldn't smoke, but
it's
I would
everywhere.
try gummy bears.
Sorry?
I would try gummy bears.
Trish, they're illegal.
No, there's not. There's the CBD oil ones, and they're in a gummy bear. I like that.
Oh yeah, does Uncle Joey? He takes medicinal marijuana, doesn't he? Yes.
No, he takes the
medicinal.
oil, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but it has the
medicinal.
TCH or whatever, or THC or whatever taken out. That's the hallucinogenic aspect
Oh,
of it.
does it?
Yeah.
Joey's does it?
Well, I don't know.
Listening
Well, it
to
should.
you two chemists just talk it over.
Can I just say, like, people get there and they, the gummies and all that sort of stuff, but does it take a little bit away? Wouldn't you like a bit of a buzz?
No, I just like sleep.
Yeah, okay.
And to be pain-free, that's not too much to ask, I don't think, for some people.
Predicament of the week, Patricia.
Yours.
I'm going to throw this to you and Jack. I'm going to ask you the question, a little spin-off
Yo.
question, like Happy Days spun off into when Johnny Loves Chachi.
Yeah, which wasn't so great.
Bludger of show.
Johnny loves Chachi.
Wonderful. Shout out. Patricia,
Yes.
I'm going to give you the opportunity now. Would you like to take keep your maiden name, and I would become Matt Magno Cavallo, or remain as John's?
I'm going to take my maiden name.
So we become the Magno Cavallo family?
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I sound very
Matt
old.
Magno Cavallo sounds a lot better than Matt Johns. Don't you think?
Well, that's your opinion.
You are a
The
bit of
only-
a wannabe Italian, Cobber, aren't you?
yeah.
Absolutely I am. All
Oh,
that-
I hid my mum's chain.
See,
I had
what-
the shits with him the other day, and I said, and he had it laying on the table. I went, yeah, well, you're not wearing my mum's chain. She wouldn't want you to.
You got to understand about this. Trisha's like Cooper. She's a user and a hoarder. And she'll get there and, like, honestly, she's got all her jewellery. And if I just try to put one thing on...
Yeah,
like
because you shouldn't be wearing my jewellery, you little weirdo.
I look good in your
Thank
ankle
you.
bracelet.
Thank you, Jack. You little weirdo.
But
Man.
I mean, what do you do? They're just sitting in there. And
Yeah.
I said, your
Darling.
mother would love me wearing her jewelry.
Well, she'd only like you wearing my jewelry when I like you and when you're being a good husband. But when you're being a
I'm
dero,
always a good husband.
no, you're not. You're annoying.
Okay.
Actually,
now,
and I
on
want to
that
share with
note-
something.
Yeah.
Before we went to the wedding the other day, all I wanted was a photo with Jack. And he went, "Oh, no, we'll have one when we're getting the taxi outside." And I knew that wouldn't happen because it never does. And
spinning
it
the
was
yarn.
raining. Hang on, no, this is fact.
Okay.
So then he was sitting at the dining table. So I just went up and I said, "Quick, we'll just get a quick photo." And I put the camera up just to get a quick one of it. And he went nuclear.
Yeah, because you're invading his space. Where's the
that's
manners?
so rude. How dare you do that? I was
Okay.
like, oh my God, sorry, Prince Charles.
Hang on,
Oh,
Prince
wow.
Charles.
Yeah.
Oh,
You mean
Wow.
King
Kick
Charles?
a man while he's down. He's just
Yeah.
lost his mother, and now you're taking pot shots at him. How low do you want to go?
Well, speaking of
I was
losing
sit-
your mother, that may have been the last shot we had together. What if something happens to me? I'm
Jesus
hopping on a plane this afternoon.
You made a bit of a drama about it too because you went, we've never gotten a photo together. We've gotten 1,000 photos
Millions
together.
of
When was the last time
So-
you and I have had a photo together, Jack?
A while ago, Trish.
Yeah, a long while ago.
But not that long ago, not
Oh, a
never.
long while ago.
Trish,
Yes.
But if I'm sitting there and you literally sprinted over and put a camera in my face trying to get first things first, it was a selfie, and I don't like selfies.
Yeah, go.
Well, I wasn't talking to Matt, so I wasn't going to ask him to take it.
And it was like you pretty much forced a camera in my face, and I went. I actually moved out of the way, and you went nuclear, not me.
I support you, Jack. on
Thank
everything
you.
Perspective,
just
isn't it an amazing thing?
said. Jack, what about you, mate? Would you happy with Jack Johns, or would you like to become Jack Magno Cavallo?
Well, you probably want Matt Magno because it sort of goes along, but I like Jack Johnson.
Yeah, I do
it rolls
too.
along
It
too.
rolls.
And people always come up to me and go, "Oh, the singer Banana Pancakes," and I go, no, that's Jack Johnson."
Oh, and the other one who was the lead singer of Southern Sons, Jack Jones.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
him?
Well, see, that's probably one of the only reasons.
Rest in peace, old mate.
He's not dead either. Stop it.
Okay, just want to make sure, be respectful if he is.
That's probably one of the reasons I would want to change the name. Seriously, people get my name wrong with Johns more than they did with Magno Cavallo.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, Jones? John?
Do you spell it out?
Patricia
For us?
John?
Whenever I'm giving like information at at a reception or wherever, I'm always
Spell
spelling.
it out, yes.
Jack Johns, Johns.
Yeah, people still stuff that up.
Well,
Yeah, they do.
five letters to spell out.
Yeah.
No, I used to turn it on people when, because, I grew up in the 80s and
You
the
were
90s,
turning
and I
on
think
people?
people were a lot more racist and discriminatory then. And so when I would say the
God, here we
name and
go
they'd go,
too.
what? Like quite derogatively, I'd go, you spell it as it sounds, Magno Cavallo, and put them in their place straight away.
Well done. I could spell when we one of the first dates we went on, we went for a walk along the beach. Remember that? In the
no.
moonlight. And
No, I don't.
And actually, you were buzzing. Anyway, and I wrote on the sand Magno Cavallo, and I got it.
You did
straight
not.
away. I did.
You wrote
Do
on
you
the
live in
sand.
do you live in a fantasy world, Matthew?
Geez, you must have been a romantic back then.
Yeah,
Cobber,
he
'cause
was,
You ain't,
huh?
you ain't doing that now.
No.
It was looking out into the ocean and moonlight just bouncing off, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a crack at this surname. Nailed it straight away, and the rest is history. Jack, what about you, mate? What else? Anything else going on this week?
Mate, my new roommate, Dill Lucas, I'm heading back tonight. Mate, I'll go back and the house will be clean. Probably there'll be food there.
Oh,
cooked
God,
up.
love him.
He is honestly the best roommate ever.
Is he?
Mate, it's dead set. Like it's like home. Like I get there and there's stuff going on. He's already put a wall mount on for his telly. Like it's sorted. It's all done.
Has he?
It's all done. It's all sorted.
Was that approved?
I'm having anxiety.
Is that approved? I hope there's no nails in the
No.
walls.
It's professionally done.
Okay.
I'm having a lot of anxiety at the moment because as we're speaking, Trish is about to leave. Although it's Jetstar, she'll probably get delayed.
No, I'm not. No.
Yeah, she's leaving, so I'm.
Thank God. I
gonna-
need some time away.
I'm batching.
Wait, where are you
No,
going?
you're not.
Trish?
George is babysitting you.
Where are you going, TJ?
Up to Byron for a few days.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
Is,
going-
is Byron like the weed capital of Australia?
yeah, it is.
No, I think what's the place near it, Matt?
Nimbin
Nimbin, where you can get the cookies. Yeah.
or Mullumbimby, where
Nimbin.
Postcode
Mark
there.
McClendon's when We went McLean around on the field who's protested, and they said Mullumbimby resident. Oh, God.
Speaks volumes.
Yeah. Trish, yeah, but you're going up there. She's going to, wait for this, going up for 5 days, not even coming back.
Yeah, because we've got a party.
Yeah, but I thought
Joel's
you'd at least
birthday.
come back. And so I'm just here 5 days by myself.
Oh, you'll be right.
What am I going to
Mate,
do?
why don't you come up to
There's only
Newey?
so many times you can masturbate.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
So true, Cobber.
I thought we'd get through one episode without that
What?
mention.
Oh, sorry. The M word.
Why don't you
the
come
end.
up, Cobber? Come up to Newey, hang out. Me
Oh.
and Dill love
have to
have
take
you.
the dog.
I can't because
get
I'll get the dog.
Bring the dog. Get the blow-up mattress for you going. Mate, come hang out.
Blow up doll.
No.
Tell it. We found a blow up doll in Cooper's cupboard.
Stop it.
Do you remember that years ago? I'm having a flashback. Years ago, Joey had this house in Newport, right? And they had these loose blokes that lived. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Like diagonal
Yes.
across. Years later, they actually had a massive party and the whole building collapsed, but we won't go into that.
Oh.
But I remember we looked across one arvo, it might have been me and Coop, and we're having a few couple of drinks on Joe's old balcony, and we look over and they'd always say g'day to us. Joe, you know what Joe's like, he'd always have his neighbours over and have a drink and that.
Tracks dead shits.
And we looked over and Nan and Pop are there. And Nan's giving them a wave. They're going, hey, how are you? And next minute, two of them just bring out this blow-up doll, and they're carrying it over their head. Nan was absolutely horrified.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
man, don't worry about it. She's a good old stick.
I think they were the same lads that no matter where he was, he would ring them to come and pick him up.
They
And
were
pay
like,
them.
they were like three or
there's-
four young blokes that
Yeah.
lived in like a house of grouse of their own
Yeah.
in Newport. It was, yeah, he can find them.
I know he does.
Jack, what's the song you got for this week, mate? Add to the playlist.
Well, I got one for you here, Cobb. It's Rod Stewart's "In a Broken Dream." So, for people might have heard it before, A$AP Rocky does a song called "Every Day," and it samples from this song. It's very, very good.
Trish, biggest event of 2007, do you think?
iPhone first generation
Damn,
released.
you got me.
Ooh,
iPhone.
yeah.
Wow. Do you know?
Do we remember a life without having? I mean,
Yeah, I know.
our phone.
Remember
which is like a mini computer. We do everything on it.
Remember the
Answer
internet when it
emails.
first came out? You had the big thing next to it, and you go boing,
The big
boing,
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 boing.
boing,
Yeah,
boing.
that was
And
annoying.
It was so slow.
Slow.
But isn't it funny? Like, with technology, the more technology leads to more technology.
Yeah.
Like it accelerates. If like you just
Well,
go,
that technology allows for more technology,
Yes.
so it'll.
Like you look at health, like the health industry, and all these new things, ways of, things.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry?
But you just go, okay. Do you think that in 100 years we'll get people living to 150?
Well, actually, I was talking about this the other day with someone because they were talking about.
Nah,
They were talking.
Okay, just way to shut it down, Trish. Sorry, Jack.
I
They're
don't think
talking
about it.
getting property overseas, and they're talking about actually when you can't buy a property in Bali, you got to lease it
That's
for
right.
99 years. And we were talking about it, and we're going, yeah, that sounds all good and well, but you never know with like medical science what could happen in the next, however many years. They could figure something out. They could find a herb somewhere, and the average, the average life could live to 150. Suddenly, then you're getting to 120, and you got to give up your house in Bali.
I don't think we'll get to 150. I
It'd
just think the body itself.
It'd just be my luck.
Just run
that
out.
The day that I die, they come out, they find that herb that makes you live forever. That'd just
Would
be
you?
my
Do you want to
luck.
live forever?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Mate, you start meeting people now these days. We've got like works at the club. John, he would have worked alongside you when you were at the Knights Club, like Johnny Thomas.
Yeah,
mate,
champion.
Tomo's late 70s. Tomo is in phenomenal nick. He doesn't look a day over 60.
Well, your mum and dad are in their
contend that.
70s, and they
Yeah.
look amazing.
And they're
amazing.
And they absolutely hammer themselves on the sauce, too. It's amazing.
Maybe just the nutrition wise,
Yeah.
80 could be the new 60.
Well-
no, and your mum, like she does 2 gym classes a day, a few times a week.
She,
She's amazing.
At 45, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got
Yeah.
a membership there.
unbelievable. And, Dad has just worn her down so much. Mum barely drunk when, kids growing up, where Dad's always been a consistent drinker. But Dad's just wore her down. Mum's probably as big a grog monster now as Gaz. Makes him quite proud.
Grog monster.
Okay, my biggest, and look, it's not the biggest event of 2007, but Dixie Chicks, 5 Grammys, then made critical comments about George Bush Jr. and the Iraq War, and was basically blackballed. Death threats.
Yeah.
Have never fully recovered.
No, and they have a song, I'm Not Ready to Make Nice. It's quite insightful into their thinking at the time. Yeah, they just had to essentially go into hiding for quite some time.
Aren't they the Chicks now?
They're the Chicks now.
So
I love their music.
What's wrong with Dixie? Do I
Because Dixie's...
Slavery.
oh, is
yeah.
it? Yeah, right.
Yes.
I didn't know
yes,
that.
Yes, We went to...
So that's the South.
Yeah, the
right,
South. Remember we went to Nashville and we
Yeah.
went to... They've turned an old plantation into
it was
into
quite
a
beautiful.
museum.
Oh, yeah.
And man, it was pretty heavy though.
But we went and had a look at the slave quarters or the servants' quarters, which essentially was no bigger than this room.
Horrendous.
It was no bigger than this room, and we were with friends, and that's what I said. I said, "Oh, this is where I'd be living."
And mate, it was so heavy the decor in the inside, mate.
In the main house,
I just
it's
started
very grand.
itching. Like I was like it was,
Dust.
yeah, dust everywhere.
Such a shame that such beautiful places have such a tarnished and evil.
Dark history. Jack, what about you, mate?
Was my event of 2007?
Yeah,
My event was the...
iPhone.
I had the iPhone, but... Oh, I had the Academy Awards. The Departed won Best Picture, which is one of my favourite movies of all time. Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese. So,
Scorsese.
one of the great films.
Trish, we got much feedback.
Yeah, I do. Listener Matt needs advice on how to get rid of bush turkeys from his yard. He's tried scaring them off, hosing them. They're driving in bananas.
They're ballsy, those bush turkeys.
Yeah.
I saw one crossing the road the other day. There's two cars coming opposite directions, and it went straight in between them, straight
Really?
across the road, and clean. Nice. It didn't get hit. Went straight through. They're
Wow.
ballsy
A lot of bush
animals.
turkeys up around this way.
Yes, there are. So if anyone's got any advice on how to get rid of them from his yard.
Can you eat bush turkey?
No, well,
No,
you
can't.
You got to kill them. You got to
gamey.
pluck them. Oh, it's hard work.
Trish,
Just can't
please,
get
you kill him. You don't need to do the other stuff.
And on that note, I need help on how to safely get rid of the snails. It's out of control here.
No,
out of control.
I will not let Trish lay snail bait down.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't
Yeah.
lay snail bait because we've got the pets and I don't want them. But honestly, they're
God,
out of control.
snails.
There's got to be some natural way of deterring them.
Gotta get.
So
some
if anyone's got anything for me, please
snail
send me messages.
Is
from
it just this time of year?
Insta? No, they're here all the time. But with the rain, they come out particularly.
Oh, we get a lot.
Yeah,
No.
they're ridiculous, the amount here. And I've got armyworm and the freaking grass again with all the rain. God damn it.
Not going to fix itself up in Byron.
No, well, you could do it, Matt. You're off work now. There's been lots of feedback. People loved last week's worst show. They actually really liked it, which concerns me about our listeners.
Thank you for your low standards, people. That's
Hey,
why they
and-
listen.
Now, remember the other week I warned you about the WhatsApp scam?
Yep.
Well, someone's gotten back in touch with me. Her son was in New Zealand and called her to tell her that he dropped his phone. He was calling off his mate's phone, dropped the phone, couldn't use it because the screen was smashed. Soon after, she started getting messages through WhatsApp like, hey, Mum, my phone's broken. This is my new number. She goes, oh, okay, gives his girlfriend's number. We miss you, kiss, kiss, kiss. He goes, okay, thank you. And then another note, a message comes through, miss you too. And then he starts, oh, it's very stressful. Also, I lost all of my files. At this point, she's going, this is a little weird. Thought it was saved on the iCloud, but it's saved on my phone. So if they don't fix it, I could lose everything. She's gone, okay. And then he goes, and then he tries to call apparently from this new number, unknown number. He goes, oh, I tried to call you, but it doesn't work. And she goes, oh, yeah, I heard just weird noises. And then she sends a picture, because she's thinking it's her son, of her husband, a selfie of her husband and his girlfriend. And he just goes, oh, nice picture. He doesn't know that the girl is his girlfriend. And so that goes on for a bit, and he sort of goes, and she goes, oh, okay, we love you. Do you need some money for your new phone, like the phone that he's got? So this is where it gets interesting.
Here we go, because it's been padding there.
But it's the timing. So if WhatsApp is meant to be encrypted and safe, well, obviously it's not, because they've obviously been either privy to that information, or where he took his phone has somehow accessed everything. Because they knew
Yep.
that he'd just dropped his phone. So
Yes.
it's really weird to go. Then he goes, I have something else. I'm, and this is where things get tricky. I'm the whole morning busy to fix something. So the grammar's incorrect, and that's usually one of those scams when you pick up the grammar. But I can't do it myself. Could you please help me with it?
Oh, this is where it starts to get desperate.
Yeah. And so alarm bells are going. She plays along for a bit, and then she doesn't reply, and then he goes, I'm a little ashamed of the problem. So she goes, okay, what's the problem? He goes, I needed to pay some invoices before this morning, but can't because of the problem with my phone. So at this point, she goes, sorry to ask, but could you do the payments for me and I'll give it back to you this week? So then she goes, like, alarm bells are ringing. Which invoices? And then he goes, oh, for a long time I was buying stuff on payment. I know it's stupid. I don't want you to be mad. At that point, she stopped replying.
Yeah, right.
But it's just intriguing how they go about it. So I thought it'd be really useful to share that so that people can get because people do pay these things.
Well, yeah, they do.
People do pay them.
There's some bad ones. There's a bad Snapchat scammer getting around at the moment because I've got a friend who's had to go to the police recently because when you send, do you use that Snapchat?
I have it. I've never used it.
Yeah, I don't use it that much
think.
to be honest, but it's basically you send a photo and it's basically sending messages over a photo. You can type and that sort of stuff.
But it disappears after a short time. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's supposed to be something like that. But
Yeah.
this person, his account got hacked, and I don't know how it works, but they went back and went through all the photos sent and received.
Oh, so they're somewhere.
They've somehow hacked it and been able to access what photos. So they're obviously kept the photos that are sent and received, and was trying to blackmail him for some of the photos.
Why? Some of the photos are bad.
Don't know.
So people just don't believe that any of these things are safe. They're not.
There's a really good book called...
I don't do iCloud. I don't trust it.
Wait, what? What's wrong with iCloud?
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
Isn't that how Jennifer Lawrence's photos, private photos and things were released all that time ago?
Jennifer Lopez too.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Good to see she
So
back
I
together,
think people
but-
can access them. I mean, people just as quickly as people invent technology and security, there are the bad people out there inventing ways of getting into it.
There's a really good book called...
Trust no one, trust nothing, people.
called McMafia that I recommend people get, and there's a chapter goes through all the mafias around the world. It starts with the Soviet Union breaking down and the effect that had on mafia, and there was a chapter on the Nigerian scammers.
Oh yeah.
And they were saying originally they said the internet was just basically a boom for that industry because there used to be get newspapers or old phone books and just scan through and just call people, and they'd stumble upon someone who was a widow, and then go from there. Where the internet's just opened up this whole new world and easy access. So there you go.
I think the obituaries were always a good one for those.
It is
New
yes.
widows.
Yep,
Widowers.
always good to find a new girlfriend. We'll take a real quick break and be back with Best Sporting Achievement in 2007. And welcome back, people. Jack Johns, Best Sporting Achievement in 2007, mate.
Yeah, I went with Serena Williams and Roger Federer winning in January, winning the Oz Open, both of them. Yeah.
I'd like to go to the Oz Open this year.
Had good careers, those two.
They've done all right. And
you think?
Roger's now officially
Retired.
Yeah.
Retired, man. What a...
I did love how Nadal and he were all crying.
You liked it?
I love a man that cries. I do. Actually, at the wedding on the weekend, the groom was very teary, and it just is
Probably-
very endearing.
Probably too much.
You don't just because you have a cold heart, Matthew.
No, mate. No.
I reckon
it
I've
was
seen
just-
Matt cry twice, and
Once because I lost
Yeah.
on protest.
and the other time is when you play Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Yeah, I do.
my
BJ
God.
Thomas. He,
Get you every
hey, won't
time.
you play another done somebody wrong song and raindrops keep falling on my head. I don't know what it is.
Mate, you know who I've never seen cry? Nan.
No, she doesn't
Gail.
cry.
She's
Gail
like-
doesn't cry.
Someone said to me the other day.
Gary cries all the time.
Yeah, Joe said to me the other day, he goes, "How about Nan? She's pretty cold." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Mm.
And then I started thinking back, and I was thinking, actually, now that I think about it, Nan's
Real cold
Mm.
bitch.
she doesn't. She's pretty rock solid on that.
Yeah, she's tough. Talking about
Mm. Yeah.
tough old shticks.
I think I have seen her
Gail.
cry once, maybe. I'm not sure.
Trying to think. I tell you when I saw her cry. I saw her cry when she saw you for the first time. When you were a baby. She cried and said, "Matty's beautiful." And yes,
And then
there's,
I don't know why she was telling you he's beautiful. I did all the work.
Well, that's questionable.
Broken
though.
tailbone,
Yeah. Oh, what about that?
episiotomy.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more insight, people, into birth.
Jack's-
Last week we were talking about my placenta.
Jack's big head just going through. And
No, it wasn't
bush.
his big head. It was because I'd broken my tailbone when I was younger. So it didn't open. So it was meant to flex, and it didn't.
So basically,
That's-
what I was doing in there, I was basically just trying to like avoid all these obstacles and
All my bits.
Trish,
all the gibblers.
constipation.
Or
Look, we remember we used to tell Cooper all the time, and Cooper used to get really upset by it. Was used to tell him that it was an anal birth.
Oh, yeah, no, you two did. I never said that.
That,
I
we
said,
s-
it's okay, darling. I can even show you the scar from
Yeah,
the
we
stomach.
said, no, mate, you're an anal birth. And he was like, mate, it was not. I said, yeah. He goes, what do you mean? And I said, it was really weird. We're down there. And I said, you just come out of mum's ass. And he's like, oh, no, please tell me that wasn't true. I said, mate, I'm telling you.
You
it
are.
happened.
That's bad.
Cuba
my
definitely,
dude.
as a kid, Cuba definitely copped it.
He
the
has,
worst
yeah,
from you.
yeah.
When it come to his birth and everything.
Yeah. We used to say to him, he was adopted to people.
Oh, my gosh.
We go, oh, this is our adopted child.
That
And we used to
would-
get really...
Because Cuba, because we've all got brown hair, brown hair,
eyes.
brown eyes. Cuba had blue eyes, blonde hair growing up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so he actually was pretty scarred.
And
from
he's a
it.
He
great...
was, real blonde.
He's a great surfer. He surfs goofy foot. Loves his car.
Shut up, idiot.
Luke.
Oh,
He's-
stop it.
I love it. Trish, best sporting achievement?
I went Casey Stoner's MotoGP World Championship. It was the first of his two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beat Valentino Rossi.
Is he a curry boy?
Curry
Yeah.
boy. Sort of shifted around
cute.
a little bit. I think they moved to Curry because Curry had a really strong motorbike culture, I suppose. A little race in there.
Yeah.
Of course, Chad Reed, who the great superbike rider, he's a Curry boy.
No, right. Originated from Curry.
Yeah, Curry, born and bred Curry. His father-in-law, Dula Brady.
Dula?
Dula. Peter Brady. His name was Dula.
Say it's an unusual name.
My dad coached Dula.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, great guy. And yeah, I did the same thing. Casey Stoner wins the Moto GP world title. Incredible achievement. I think he's living on the Gold Coast, Casey Stoner.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Do you know,
I've
got
never
another
met him.
one.
I'd love to meet him.
Looks like a nice young man. Retired now. That's nice. Good
Anyone
gig.
out there know Casey Stoner? Get him in touch with us. Slip into Trish's DMs.
Another thing of note was Beckham came to Australia with LA Galaxy and they did an exhibition match with Sydney FC. 80,000 people they got.
Yeah. And played in Newcastle too.
Oh, did they? Yeah,
'cause
actually, I vaguely
he went to
remember that.
Goldberg's where they got in touch with Luke DeVico, who runs
Ah.
Goldberg's up there, and said, listen, Beckham's in town. Would you shut the restaurant so that he and some of the team can come in? And
Yeah.
he said he was
It's a
great
good
guy.
cafe.
Yeah. He looks like a good guy, David Beckham. I think he's a very nice man.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
don't think he'd be disappointing.
What about Brooklyn? What do you know about Brooklyn Beckham?
I don't know.
He's the
know.
eldest. He's married to some billionaire's daughter.
Oh, is
I
he?
think Brooklyn's doing okay.
Takes money to make money, they
Yeah,
say,
apparently.
people. Okay, biggest star of 2007.
I went Steve Jobs.
Oh, really?
Mr. Apple himself.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, old mate.
Rest in peace, Mr. Jobs.
And his brother, Ed.
Oh, stop it. Oh, you're an idiot.
What- I used to know him really well. He was a great guy, but now I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ed Jobs.
I went with a trio. I went with Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matt Damon for their work in The Departed.
Huge.
Yeah.
I've gone Will Ferrell. Probably not yet at his apex, but just about to.
What is his apex?
Yeah, what is?
I'd personally say Step Brothers.
Yeah. I think when he passes,
He's pretty solid all the way along.
Rest easy, old mate.
rest easy, mate.
Nothing.
When he does pass, I think he'll always be remembered first and foremost old school.
Yeah, that's my favourite one.
I reckon Anchorman.
Yeah,
Sorry.
What, Frank the Tank.
You win, Jack. Actually, Anchorman.
Yeah.
Anchorman's his apex.
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, guys, any tips for the week coming through?
Not for me. Not at this
Of course,
stage.
look, if you like a good laugh, Netflix, there's a Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Oh, God, it's
Yeah.
depressing.
And of course, as
Horrible.
Fletch said the other day, a new show starting on Fox Sports soon called Dahmer Wants a Wife.
Oh, no.
It's just a joke.
Doesn't Dharma want a boyfriend?
Yes, he was. Yes,
Mm.
it was, mate. that first
Pretty full
they,
on.
they say
Yeah,
that
I couldn't get past the first one.
the first one
Bit heavy.
is chilling, where he goes bang with the cuffs.
Like,
puts the
me and Dill watched it night by night,
Handcuffs?
but we get through one episode and we both sort of look at each other and go,
it's pretty heavy.
Heavy.
probably go to bed, eh?
Yeah.
Well, me and Cooper were watching it. After the third episode, we go, you know what? Let's just take a break and just watch Eastbound and Down for an episode.
Oh,
Kenny Powers.
that's had a resurgence in our house.
That is all time.
But
He is funny. So bad.
Benny
He's so naughty.
Hogarth, our producer, said the fourth episode of the Jeffrey Dahmer one has to be seen to be believed. He
The
said
fourth?
It is horrendous. So that's I know what I'm doing tonight because I'm be by myself.
No, George is here. She's babysitting you.
Please don't. That sounds so creepy.
Well,
don't say that.
Matt, you should accept
I'm
that.
having-
You
I am-
are irresponsible and you need to be babysat.
Just continuity, man.
I am having serious anxiety.
What?
So
I'll write you a
I
list of
just
things
got to
to
get
do.
everything right. Feed the pets.
It's not that hard.
Lay out the snail bait.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy today.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Cooper, wherever you are, please get in touch with us.
We love you.
Johns is a goal.